What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Rebecca Shelby. You know you are now tuned back into the Burnout podcast. And as always, we are here to do what? Talk about it. So let's talk about it. All right. As always, you guys can't see Ari, but she is with us, not only in spirit, but in present. So say what's up.
What's up, y'all?
And, yeah, we got some things to talk about. So a lot is going on. And I'm going to just just jump right into it. The elections is some shit going on. No funny shit. I think Russia is about to come in and hack the election again because ballot boxes is already going missing. First of all, before I get into what I'm gonna talk about, because we have time, what the fuck? How are people putting up random ballot boxes for people to just mail they fucking election sheets? Like, I'm watching the news because I'm not gonna lie. When it I am one of those people who only get into politics when the race starts to get close. Guilty as charged. But I'm watching the news and they're talking about this freaking fucking, what is it called? I guess I'll call it ballot gate. They're talking about all of these ballots going missing. And I'm just like, yo, how are these random churches just like, yo, come put y'all ballots here? Like, what is this? Like, what is the purpose? What is it for? And people are just like, oh, if you put up a fraudulent ballot, it's a fine, this, that, and the third. But why are people doing this?
It's been a large push in voting recently. Like, this is the year they've gone the very hardest to get everybody to vote. Like, they're doing ads, Instagram, Facebook,
and didn't
anything.
I say when we were doing a protest, they paid campaigners to participate in the Black Lives Matter protest, and I stand by that statement. When we were out there protesting, and Aria tell you right now, we led a protest of about how many people, bro?
Maybe over 700.
No, we were close to 1,000. Like, we
Pretty
were
much.
at least we led a protest of 1,000 people during the New York City riots during Corona. And literally during the fucking protest, our shit was hijacked. Literally hijacked. And they're like, nah, we going to Harlem. And the dude has this microphone and he's like, yo, if y'all really want the power and the power that black people need, power to the people, y'all need to vote. Repeat after me. Text 777. I'm like, what the fuck?
Literally calling out the voting numbers, y'all.
I'm like, what? And this was before. So I could only imagine the fucking trickery that's going on right now. So I say all of this to say this. You know I can only speak to my own experiences. I want to talk about our black celebrities. And I want to get into this fake wokeness and this social media activism and what it really is. And I want to, before I get into this, I want to give y'all the quote by Michael. I was about to say Michael, honey. Whoo! By Malcolm X. Because I was thinking about Michael Jackson. I don't know why, but that's what I was thinking about just now. But anyway, I want to give you guys a quote, or actually I'm going to paraphrase something from a Malcolm X interview, which is basically, show me where in the white community, the Jewish community, or the Asian community, a comedian is the leader. And that's because he's not. So when it comes to my opinions on Ice Cube and P. Diddy and all of these people launching these plans to help Black America, or helping Donald Trump or whoever, because like, not for nothing, like, I'm so tired of the y'all probably gonna kill me for this, but I'm so tired of the, oh, Trump is racist, we gotta get Trump out of office, we gotta do, bro, we don't gotta get shit but demand things that we really need. And I'm gonna get into what we really need. You guys just stay right there. But yeah, so I want to talk about the Ice Cubes and the P. Diddy's because it's a lot to unpack. So my whole thing with this whole fake wokeness with these black celebrities is it is actually starting to do more damage than harm. And now I keep saying I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna really get into it. So I was reading this article. Well, actually, no. After watching Ice Cube's Roland Martin interview and realizing that Ice Cube didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. And not for nothing, Ice Cube is not as bad as the people I'm about to name.
He's not as problematic.
Yes, he's not as problematic. And I actually do think that Ice Cube is a positive example of how black men can change their life. And also his wife is black. A real black woman too. That aside. So realizing that he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, and that in the eyes of black Twitter and black social media, he's promoting this platinum plan as his plan, or a plan that he's working on with Trump for black people, and that's not necessarily true. So I want to talk to you guys about a man named T.I. Y'all, if you've been on this platform for any long amount of time, you know that T.I. is not my favorite person. And I'm going to tell y'all why. So, during the Black Lives Matter riots, even before that with his whole boycott Gucci gate, the problem with T.I. and his social activism is it never leads to anything. And I think that black people, we are past the point of, oh, boycott Gucci. Oh, let's protest this, that, and the third, and not doing anything. Protesting is the first part. We have to plan, we have to prepare, and then we have to execute. And the things that we have to execute are real solutions. And I'm actually about to click off the live. So for my Facebook viewers, I'll be back. But we got to talk about some real shit. So let's do it. So my issue with let's start with boycott Gucci. And then we're going to move into something more recent. My issue with the boycott Gucci is what came out of it. T.I. told us that I am a huge supporter of Gucci and that I've been supporting Gucci for a very long time. And until they respect us, I'm not going to put any more of my dollar to Gucci. Now, you guys are thinking, Rebecca, that's right. That's what we should demand, right? To an extent. But the thing is, what is Gucci doing for the black community? How is boycotting Gucci benefiting us? And on top of that, what black person is able to impact the sales of Gucci like T.I.? See, a lot of these people like the T.I.s, the Snoop Dogg's, the Justin Bieber, even Justin Bieber, even with the little white girl, Madison Beer, that did the photo up at the Black Lives Matter protest, and they was dragging her on Twitter. Yeah. The problem with these people is, it's convenience. Let's talk about this for convenience. Let's talk about this because it's trending. Not once did T.I. during the whole Gucci situation say, oh, here are some black designer brands that y'all could support. Give me y'all Gucci money and let's put it into a black bank. Let's put it into a black this, a black that. Like, there's no plans coming after this. And this might come to surprise to a lot of you guys, but T.I. and Killer Mike, and y'all know I love Killer Mike, but I'm gonna have to get on him too, have literally been sore thumbs in the sides of Atlanta black rights activists, because every time they get the opportunity to speak to the governor or the mayor or the district attorney of Atlanta, T.I. gets to. And when it's really time to talk about real issues, y'all got Mr. fucking, what's the name of his song where he was talking about niggas need to go get the AK? Yes. And that's my problem. Like,
listen,
T.I. has not yet once apologized for, like, and I know I sound all over the place, so let me bring myself back. So, he's a sore thumb in Atlanta rights activists, and black rights activists, because every time they get an opportunity to talk about community repair, how they can make their community better, even though T.I. claims that Atlanta is a black Wakanda, Atlanta is still only 33% black, and the black men of Atlanta still are going through police brutality. Like, so if it's so much of a fucking Wakanda, why could a nigga literally still get beat to fucking death walking down the street by a white man? because it's not. Wakanda is a fictional place that doesn't fucking exist, and this is the problem with the TIs of the industry. Yeah, it's cool that TI bought his block back. Yeah, it's cool that he does a lot of donating, but like I tell you guys all the time, this is no different than the rice and Haiti issue. If you guys don't know what the Haitian rice issue is, when Haiti first had their earthquake, and all of us, and if you went to school in America, you remember every single school in America donated rice to Haiti. We sent them so much rice, we almost knocked out their currency. So we didn't fix anything because they still were poor, they still were broke, and still pretty hungry, but they had rice.
Temporary fix for temporary problems.
T.I. is basically like a rice king. And he's not the only one. Jay-Z is included. Snoop Dogg not even a rice king because like that he don't even have no rice to give. Like it's just
he's not really productive to the black community. Yeah. No offense to anybody that loves him, but he's not doing anything other than Baker and Martha Stewart right now.
Right, right. And then my whole thing is these are the people that get to talk to the Roland Martins and the Donald Trumps and the Joe Bidens and the district attorney and the governors. Why are rich black people? Because see, what we don't like, yes, America is a very racist country. But there are several beefs in America. Capitalists versus socialists, black versus white, fucking man versus woman. Like there are a lot of divisive tactics used in American society, and it's much bigger than black and white. It's much bigger than this. Like this is an economics issue. So as black people, we don't need to let T.I. speak for us. T.I. has made his millions. We don't need Ice Cube to speak for us. Yes, it's cool for them to bring attention to the issues that are going on, but that's all we need because at the end of the day, they're so far removed from our struggles. They don't know what the fuck we going through in the field. They might be able to empathize, but they're not going through our everyday struggles. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Each generation of black people get tireder and tireder and tireder.
Why be crying the same tears from 50 years ago?
Y'all do not, like, if y'all don't change some shit, y'all don't want to meet my kids. Y'all don't. Because they going to be mad pro-black, and they're not having this shit. So I say all of this to say this, coming back to my Malcolm X point. Why do we constantly let rappers and comedians and all of these people speak for us when you would never see Jackie Chan is not the leader of the Asian community. Period. He's just not. Seth Rogen is not. When something goes on with Jews, they're not calling Seth Rogen. Best believe. They see, niggas don't even know he Jew. Like, they're not calling Seth, bro. Like, so it's just a matter of how we do things. And even like, I've been coming to like, even I want to go back to Ice Cube with this platinum plan. Ice Cube literally is sitting there catching an attitude with Roland Martin. And he's telling him, like, the platinum plan you're talking about is for POC. And that's another thing I have an issue with. That when it comes down to doing something for black people, oh, yeah, we're going to launch this thing to help POC. POC means anybody who is not white. So if you're Spanish, you can get something for POC that is intended for POC. If you're fucking Asian, you can get something intended for POC. If you're whatever the fuck, you can get whatever that's intended for POC. I actually, and this is like, I'm about to hit on a lot of shit tonight. Like, I really am, because I'm tired of the fake activism. Because the thing is, when the real activists are out there putting in work, they don't get to make any legway. They don't get to make any difference. And we don't see that because that's not what they're going to talk about on social media. Another prime example, Kanye West started a foundation to help children in his mother's name. He has not donated to that foundation in over 6 years. And when they petitioned Kanye West to just donate some money, help them from getting clothes, Kim Kardashian dragged them literally on Twitter. Like, literally. But yet, when I have an issue with Kim Kardashian culturally appropriating some shit, or I have an issue with Kanye West saying, "Oh, free everybody's masters," but he hasn't given Big Sean his back. People are like, "Oh, but Kim Kardashian helped get people out of prison." Oh, but Kanye West said Bill Clinton doesn't care about black people. It doesn't matter what they're saying or what they're doing for the public. When you go home and lay your head down at night, it's people like me and my good sis Ari and all over the fucking world. Fucking what is even like AOC, Alexandria Acosta. Like it's people like that I want to speak for me. Like Alexandria is from the Bronx.
A beast.
Yeah, she's a beast. Like she's really a bitch from New York. Like not to call her a bitch, but like feel me? Like when I call someone a bitch, it's a term of endearment. But long story short, like she's really that girl. And when she's talking about things that are happening, I don't have to second guess what it's for,
the intention,
what she's trying to write, the intention behind it, because I know that she's for me, and I wish I would just see more black people like this. And it's funny because T.I. could part his lips to say, "Oh, Candace Owens gotta go, she gotta go, this, that, and the third. Oh, she's a disgrace to the black community." Bro, you're a disgrace to the black community.
Says the studio you opened in your hometown, but not a single black artist has come up from it. But I digress.
Matter of fact, T.I.'s first mainstream artist was a white woman. And I will always say that on this show. Iggy Azalea was T.I.'s, who was it, Math?
Dro.
Oh, you know what? Yes, Young Dro. Yeah, Young Dro was signed to T.I. But Young Dro wasn't as mainstream as Iggy Azalea, so the statement still stands. His first real mainstream artist was a white woman, but this is Mr. Pro-Black. This is Wakanda. Then on top of that, T.I., that's what I was talking about. If you would so kindly, Ari, look up the song I'm talking about. Basically, T.I. talks about how the government has robbed black Americans and that it's time for us to get our AK-47s and let the chopper ring. This is earlier in his career, so it's not going to have a recent date. That aside, y'all heard what I just told her. This is literally the nigga that has incited the black rage that we saw during the pandemic. But he's on the news like, y'all can't tear down Atlanta. Atlanta has always been here for us. But Atlanta still has one of the highest police brutality rates. And it's probably because it's a real life Wakanda. But that aside, because I don't want to dwell too much on the dragging, because I know I could drag somebody for days. I want to get into the solutions. Because I just feel like if I'm tired, other people got to be tired too. And we're not really going to get change if we keep allowing for... And my whole thing is, I'm not saying that rappers cannot speak on the issues, because I know there'll be those. I'm not saying that they can't speak on the issues that they do. But when you're using your platform to bring attention to something, like SARS, and I'm going to get on Beyonce if I get off of here. When you're using your platform to bring attention to something, really bring attention to it. And then after that, make sure that you're working with the proper people and putting the proper people in position to do those things. Why can't T.I., a P. Diddy, or whoever the fuck just get a Van Jones? Or I'm not going to say Sean King because he's a white man pretending to be black. But like, why can't you guys get the Tariq Nasheeds and like the real black activists? Put y'all money behind them and let them do the work, because they'll know how to properly and better vet people to help the community. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't care like how black you are. At the end of the day, when you have been removed from a certain lifestyle, it's going to be hard for you to understand. So yeah, you could bail protesters out, you could donate money and do the occasional holiday drives that don't do shit. Like I said, it's like rice. And that's it. Like, how many times does Cardi B, and she's not well, actually she is included in this because the shit she pulled with Candace Owens really blew mine. But how many times does Cardi B have to pass out coats in the Bronx for y'all to realize that that only helped them that winter?
Temporary solutions for a forever problem.
Exactly. And the thing is, these people had the money, they had the resources. Could you actually find a line? They had the money, they had the resources, they had these things to prevent it if they really gave a fuck. But that's the thing, they don't. It's just a photo up, it's just a look, it's just a whatever. And deep down inside, I'm not saying that people don't want to genuinely help. But if you're genuinely helping, we don't need to see it on Instagram. Like, if all you want to do is throw money at the situation, do that. But don't let us know about it, because I'm going to have my foot on your neck. And I'm just so tired. Even like with the fucking Justin Bieber video, how he had Ryan Destiny as the lead girl, and people are like, oh my god, he had a black girl, a dark skinned girl like that in his video. Yeah, but let's talk about how the song was about struggle. Like, this the only song Justin Bieber has about coming together and struggling and working hard. She's like, he doesn't have a lead black girl in his videos about fucking loving somebody and being with a girl and being with a woman or this. But no, let's have the black girl for the struggle and the hard work and the coming togetherness, because that's all we really are to people. A look, a stamp of approval, even for black celebrities. But yeah, I mean, am I spitting or what? Like, feel me? Like, it has to change. And the only reason why I could come on here and speak so passionately about these things is because I'm dedicating my young life to this cause. Like I'm always gonna be for this cause. So when I see people pretending and acting as if they care, y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't really care. What it is it's popular to be woke. It's trendy. And you want to know something? Okay, cool. Knowledge is not a competition. The knowledge needs to be out there. But we all have social media. The knowledge is out there. We all know the basics. You know what oppression is. You know what oppression is. We all know what microaggressions are. We know police brutality. Like, we know the basics. We all know the basics. We are far more advanced than our ancestors. Like, a lot of the conversations that we are having online today are things that people wish and dream that they could have the conversations. So it is beneficial, but let's not leave the conversations online. And that's what activists are for. Like, that's what they're really for. Like, a celebrity turned activist is not going to work. It never will. Like if it did, Malcolm X would have stayed cool with Dick Gregory. like, feel me? Like, do y'all forget? Was it Dick Gregory or Bill Cosby that he was pimp? Oh, no. It was Red Fox. Malcolm X was cool with Red Fox. Like Malcolm X would have still been pimping hoes and probably would have been an actor, because he was an attractive guy.
Detroit Red was real.
Feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's word. Like, feel me? So if it was that simple, there would be no need for the Rosa Parks and the fucking Martin Luther Kings and the Malcolm X's and the Marcus Garveys. Like, if it was that simple, because even Malcolm X said himself, why the fuck would I give a fuck about an actress or a comedian or what the fuck they have to say about the black community when we out there, I don't see you? And he ain't say it like that, but like, he basically said it like, yo, we outside and I ain't see you outside. Period. And not for nothing, I was outside and I ain't see none of these niggas posting Black Lives Matter. So before we move on to our interview, I have one last point, and I just want to talk about the things that we can do. And one is support platforms like this, support people like me, really, and I mean really support, really listen, really go hard, because T.I. doesn't have y'all best interest. Beyonce doesn't have y'all best interest. Y'all know that they had to bully Beyonce out of bed at 1 o'clock in the morning to post something about SARS. And I wish I had enough time because I would even talk about that, but we always got next week. Yeah, so really support people who have y'all best interests, because remember, y'all make celebrities famous. Y'all are the ones who put these people in position. So if y'all really want to see shit done, y'all want to see shit get done, put people who really gonna get shit done in position. Feel me? Second thing you could do is really get involved. Don't believe everything that y'all see on social media, because I promise y'all, bro, like everything that the Shade Room posts and these websites post are to make certain celebrities look good. Like when I was doing my research for this episode, I found out mad shit that I don't even want to tell y'all about T.I., that I don't even want to tell y'all about 50 Cent, because that would just ruin y'all whole perception of black celebrities, period. So, yeah, really do y'all own research and y'all own due diligence. And 3, just stop being woke for a trend. Like, if you genuinely don't give a fuck about none of this shit, I don't understand how. But if you don't, just shut the fuck up.
You shouldn't want your kids fighting the same struggles your grandparents were 50 years ago.
Right. But if you genuinely don't care, then you just genuinely should shut the fuck up. Because I'm so tired of seeing bitches and niggas on social media talk about what the fuck they don't know what they talking about. Like, why are black people arguing with me about why J-Lo can't be black? Like why?
Let's clarify why she can't be black 10 years later in her career after never saying she was black.
Right. That's important too. Not only that, but because she's not black. Like, feel me? like feel me? But hopefully you guys enjoy this beginning part, this little call out. I want to do this a little more often. Right now we're actually going to have my good sis and also very talented singer songwriter and apparently making all the hoes jealous, Miss Chee Lovato. Come pop a squat next to me. So yeah, Chee was in the background chilling, y'all, just like, feel me? So you enjoying the show?
Definitely are. Definitely fuck with the way you word things.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Felt that OD.
So yeah, it really hasn't been no further ado, but so we have Miss Chee here. We're here to talk about her EP. I said, oh my god, my tongue to tie because I'm really excited, y'all. Like, she is just that fire. But we're here to talk about her EP, To Be Continued.
Yes.
And
CDC 2.0.
yes. And we actually have a lot to talk about because I've been listening. I listened to your EP 3 times. I love to listen to everything 3 times because I feel like you don't really get it until you've heard it.
Listening.
Yeah, like you have to, like, feel me? You have to, you know. So I listened to it 3 times, and one thing I have to say is your voice is so angelic.
Thank you.
It's really like, you remind me of like a Jhené Aiko.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but
All the time.
with a scissor pen.
The nicest, like, give me a hug, but don't touch me too long.
Yeah, but you got, what's crazy though is you have a scissor pen, and like, she's a talented writer, so that's a compliment. Like, your pen is heat. So we actually gonna talk about some of the songs. We gonna talk about some of the songs on here.
Let's talk about it.
And yeah, let's talk about it. So I actually want to get into the second song. Like, we gonna skip all the semantics.
And
like,
to the best one.
Cheat on you.
Let's talk about it.
So, first of all, I just want to say, first and foremost, shout out to you for representing the Brooklyn girls, saying, cheat on you as I should.
As
with
the fuck I should.
As I should.
Because y'all niggas.
So I just want to know, who is the song about before I ask you why you wrote it?
It's about a boy named Ty.
Ty's is always trash.
Always a Ty.
Yeah, Ty's are always trash.
At that specific
Is he like
moment,
a known Ty? Is he like a low key Ty?
He's a Facebook comedian.
Oh yeah. All right.
But me and him used to date. I wouldn't say relationship because he was trying to hold that off for 8 months.
Oh hell no! Hell no!
So before I was about to call it quits, I remember crying and like eating cookie dough. So I didn't want to really act on it, but a part of me did want to act on it. So I'm like, you know what? Because karma's a bitch. Let's not even. I'm gonna just write a song about it, about all the stuff that he has done to me, or the
So
things
you
that
never
I want
actually
to
cheated
do.
on him?
No.
All right. Have you cheated on someone before though?
Yeah.
Was it out of like malicious intent, like the song, or was it accidental?
Someone's accidental. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you caught
You
up in the
can't. You
moment,
can't accidentally physically have sex. Well, actually, no, you cannot.
Yes, you could.
What, fall on top of some dick? If that's the
Because,
case, then.
Slipped in the pussy.
Hormones.
But you can accidentally have sex in the sense like you wasn't intending on sleeping with the person, but you do it.
Maybe that's
Not saying I've done it before, but I've heard.
Look, I just felt like I needed to get all of that out in a constructive way instead of a destructive way because I already know. Had I would have done it.
Would you have regretted it?
No,
What's
because
your
we're not
sign?
even together. A Leo.
That's why.
Yeah.
Your honesty. Turn your pain to power.
You know, because he used to really do some crazy shit.
So what's some of the things he used to do?
He was very narcissistic.
I hate niggas like that.
He had this way of making everything my fault, but never putting
But y'all not in a
accountability.
relationship.
But he'll want us to act like we are.
Yeah,
so we do
see,
all the other
I would have
stuff.
been out of the door like after that month.
When you love someone,
Yeah.
it gives you rose-colored glasses until you just don't want to deal with it no more.
That's the dick.
So the
That
dick
was
bomb.
part of, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was like a good 80% of the reason. But now that I'm out of it,
I never been
looking in-
dickmatized.
Really?
No.
Good. Cause then
But you want to know something?
he'll be writing EPs.
No. I will tell y'all this. I don't get dickmatized, but I get emotionalized. So if I love you, like love you, I will kill you.
Yeah, see, two
Like, I'm like a praying
ladies and
mantis.
gentlemen.
Two extremes. Is if I love you, but you hurt me, I'm gonna let you go. But then when I'm ready to let you go, not when you ready to let me go.
So you're just gonna drag it along.
If I'm miserable, we're gonna be miserable together. Misery loves company.
Should write a song about
So
that.
I want to get into some of the lyrics of the song. So I love the formula of it because it's just very much like when it first come on, I'm like, all right, this about to be another love song. But then as I'm listening to the words, I'm like, hold on, did she just say what I think she just fucking said?
Yes.
So what was the writing process like for you?
Very easy because I was mad high writing the song, but I also was very sad, and I felt like once I tapped in to like the hypotheticals of if I was to do it, how would it be, and like how would I rub it in and shit like that. It just all came to me. Literally, it just felt like a rush of words.
Like that, I love the
writing,
end. When you like, do I regret it? No.
What?
Like,
Cause why? Cause like the plot twist is for him to make it seem as he was a good nigga. He was talking to 3-4 other bitches like, and I didn't find out until one of the girls called me because a situation happened with them, and then he found with them. Then I ain't even done. But here's the gag, y'all. Oof, the tea. I already had my paperwork. Saved them. So what I
This
did
nigga
was I sent that. Now shut everybody up. So
all right,
now
I
it's
know this like
pointing fingers.
patient. Is it? I know there's patient doctor confidentiality. So could you just what? Just a little. Was it? I mean, ho ho.
But
damn.
You know, we got past it. You know, I mean, I didn't really care. It wasn't my problem. But you know, I don't know what happened after. Me and him don't speak anymore. No hard feelings anymore. You know, I'm over it.
Yeah, after we just told all of your business.
You know, not necessarily. There's so many highs.
Yeah.
But the one, look.
Listen.
Anyway, fuck Ty. Back to this song because the production of it was amazing.
Word, thank you.
So I really liked that one. That was like my favorite song. I had to listen to it like more than 3 times because I listened to the whole EP 3 times.
You're like, I feel like every female gravitates to that song for real. I get Cheat on You and I also get Needy.
Yes, I like Needy personally because I am a very needy person, but you would never know that. So I loved listening to it. Like it just made me feel very like vulnerable in my emotions. Now, one thing I actually want to ask you about is, so for this EP, there was 7 songs and you only have 1 feature. So was there any like intent for the 1 feature, or was it just something that happened? Like,
so the boy who I featured with is actually a really, really good friend of mine. His name is Scrams. He's a rapper. Go check that out. I knew him since he was probably like 5 years old. Like we grew up together. That was planned. I just heard the beat and I'm like, yo, I need him on it. Like as soon as I heard the beat, I knew that we would sound fire on that song. So Sam the beat, I think he sent me back his verse within a week or so, and we just got it done. Type shit.
So I actually want to touch on hold on, my bad, because I gotta get the exact name of the song. I want to touch on though. Right here.
The people's is texting
True
me.
Colors. I want to get into True Colors.
That's one of my hands.
So, what was that about?
I was just talking my shit about these niggas, as I do best. At that moment, 2 of my life, I was still going through it with niggas. So, besides them, I also was talking about like what I see on a day-to-day with people, because you know, people are people, but people are fucking weird. So
people is as people does.
You know, so I'm just like, let me just incorporate all that in one song and try to make. I feel like in this generation,
we put so much emphasis on like, oh, don't generalize, but it is so easy to generalize people in this generation because niggas and bitches literally post the same shit. Like. The one thing I pride myself on is I really am original. And a lot of people like to say that, oh, I'm creative and I'm original and I'm this. And they're really not. Like, they're just cute.
Seriously, right?
Like bitches really don't be anything but that. So one thing I actually love about your music and your sound and even just like your whole aesthetic is you're really yourself. And I think that's important because there are girls out there that look just like you that need to see you. So I want to actually talk about what that means for you because I know that you're very into women empowerment. She was actually one of the speakers at my women empowerment event. So I want to kind of segue into that, like how that's meaning, what that means to you.
Like women empowerment?
Women empowerment, I guess eventually one day being a role model to somebody or to people.
Do you see yourself as a role model?
Right.
No. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't really want to be nobody's role model because I do a lot of stupid shit.
But you know people are gonna look up to you though.
They are, but they also need to accept the fact that I know I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes.
And nobody is perfect.
But we'll get dragged for it.
Yeah. But that aside, how do you feel like that is important? Because you can't tell me it's not important to you. Because I see your posts. I see how hard you go when certain things go down. So what does it like mean to you to incorporate that like with your brand?
Women in power, right? Okay. I love being a black female. I just love, you know, uniting females in general. So I feel like the songs I write is like the voice for women. I guess I want to be that voice, because a lot of people, I feel like, watered down stuff they really want to say and do.
Yeah,
so,
and your stuff is very raw. Like, I can, when I listen to your music, I can tell where you're from, and maybe that's because we both from Brooklyn, but, like, I could tell where you're from, like, kind of like what you're talking about, the experiences that you've been through.
I just not only want to make my songs relatable, but also be extremely honest and vulnerable, because music right now is just it's lost its touch. A lot of people are getting on that. I feel like if we was in the 90s, they wouldn't even have a shot. Like, why is this rapper signed? Why is this singer signed? She don't really. So just wanna,
I'll be talking about plants all day on this show, because half of these bitches in this industry are industry plants. Like, a lot of these Coily Rays and Danny Lanes.
I hear her, but I never heard nothing.
You know her father, that's why.
Yeah.
Who's her father?
What's Benzino? Yeah, Benzino was her dad.
Neck?
Like neck?
The neck guy? Look,
but hell yeah. So it's just like, but a lot of these girls is industry plants. Like, they have the typical mixed light skin curly hair aesthetic,
big
that
butt.
we see. Not even
I get
because
Coily Ray doesn't have shit.
yeah, she don't have shit. A lot of these bitches don't have shit either. Like, these, one thing I noticed is that these, and I'm not dragging mixed people, because for some reason black people get in their feelings every time I talk about mixed people.
I don't know why.
But long story short, I noticed one thing: a lot of these girls in the industry, they get away with not having a lot of shit that the Young Miamis and JTs and those type of girls can't. Like, Coily Ray don't got no ass, no titties. Same thing with Danny Lane, barely got talent. Like, a lot of these bitches just are.
But Coily Ray is more accepted.
She's a good dancer.
Yeah, but
like,
that's it. And I feel like I've
dancer.
seen thousands of her. But guess what? She got the baby features. She doing this. She got this. She got that. So for me, it's just like, they get away with a lot of shit that black women don't. Like, full black women don't get away with. Like, feel me? Like, I remember when JT went to jail, and this is when Young Miami not only was pregnant, but before she had got her body done. And they was dragging, and it was her first big concert. And I actually seen her, because I went to that little baby tour. How you doing? But people was dragging her. Like, people were going, oh, Young Miami is stiff. She can't dance. Young Miami don't got no ass. Young Miami look pregnant. She was pregnant.
I mean, her stage presence could be better.
No, but my whole thing is she's not the only one. Like,
it's a certain level of brutality that comes when you're brown and darker versus when you're light. Why are you held to higher standards?
Yeah, and it's just like, if you don't got the big old fat ass and know how to twerk like Megan Thee Stallion,
pretty much,
it's basically clipped for you. So how does that make you feel?
Because I'm a twig. Nah.
You can be both. It's okay.
I'm not even gonna lie. I be thinking about getting my body done, only because it's so popularized now. Everybody's doing it. But then I think of the long-term effects, and our bodies are still growing, guys. Like,
I'm getting a BBL. I don't know about you.
I feel like don't touch your body until after you have a kid.
That's
like,
but for myself, like, I have the same feeling for me.
Your body changes after a kid, so I get it.
And then my mother, she told me, because when I met my biological mother, I was like, can I ask you something? How the fuck you got an ass? Because I don't got one. Like, feel me? Like, how? Where did that come from? And she was like, oh, I didn't have a butt till I had you, and I'm her third child.
See?
So, I'm just like...
not everybody gonna have kids, so with that being said, catch me after my BBL.
That's what I'm saying. Do what is your life.
Me, personally, I'm just skeptical, because long term, first you gotta keep it up. Gotta keep going back. Gotta keep trying. Exercise is not really my thing. Unless I really need to do it.
I would get my titties lifted, though. This is about you, though. So, do you feel... do you feel like, I guess, like, extensive pressure from the outside? Not necessarily yourself, because, of course, we all have our own insecurities. But do you feel pressure? Because one thing I noticed, which is why I was telling you earlier, like, you might not see it because you live with yourself, but other people who watch you do. And I'm not a hater, so I'm going to tell people what the fuck I see. People fuck with you. Like, and not for nothing, I noticed there are a lot of people trying to let me not say detour you, but they trying to slip in because they know you're gonna be somebody.
I've been peeping that too.
Yeah. So what I want to say to you on that, like, as far as like pressure, are there like people who hit you up like, oh yeah, I could manage you, or I could be your PR, or I could be this, or you just have to do this, or we'll make you look like that? You don't get that?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
More so just fake love, or like people like, it's this girl who has a podcast, and I've been trying to catch her attention for the longest because I feel like I'm worthy on being on that shit. And keep it a buck, she always would leave me on scene, or she would just egg it, right? You probably know who I'm talking about. So it wasn't until I was on Hot 97's Who's Next Wednesdays that she decides to like my stuff and follow me back on Instagram. And I'm just like, it took me being on Hot 97 for you to pay me mine. But before, I was overlooked. That right, I was...
So does that like how does that really make you feel? Because for me,
it made me feel away. Because I'm like, yo,
like I get the same shit. Like when I used to model, like people didn't think I was a real model until I started doing studio work, which is asinine to me because most models do not do studio work. Most of their stuff is location work, and like. It was this one photographer I would hit up because like I just felt like we was on the same level. Like he wasn't that popping, but he was a popping, and I felt the same way about myself. It wasn't until I started posting like my behind the scenes and my reels and my studio work, we was like, yo, we gotta get together. But like for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people like, and I blame my Scorpio rising for this. I'm one of those people, if somebody do something to me, like if they like doubt me, like I will always hate you. Like even if I smile in your face, like even if I smile in your face, act fake, all of that, like I will be plotting your death until the day you die. Like just off the strength. So how do it genuinely make you feel?
If you put it that way, I mean, I feel like doubt kind of motivates me. Like when, especially embarrassment, let me say. Embarrassment is my biggest motivator.
Have you been embarrassed, like, at a performance or, like, publicly?
I remember I was in high school and I did a Christmas show. And the drama teacher didn't like me too well, so he turned my mic off in the middle of my performance. And he would turn it on and off while I was singing. So, of course, I'm not just going to stop singing. But once I got to the back, bawling like a baby, like he did not just fuck. First, it was my senior year, last Christmas show performance, my first solo I ever got in high school out of 4 fucking years. And he just, I mean, the people, I guess they gave me the sympathy clap and stuff, but I was not feeling it. But you know what? That right there was a very humbling moment because I also was very snobby. So I guess it kind of like balances itself out as a teaching moment. But from that day, literally, it also made me be like, okay, I know what gives me my drive and like my determination to do something, get shit done, is when I'm embarrassed or when I'm in an uncomfortable situation. Like, I have so many situations where, because I get embarrassed very easily. So like almost anything embarrass me, where I would get embarrassed.
I'm the same way. Like I'm pretty sure somebody is gonna hate on me pretty soon, and somewhere someone gonna be tagging me like, yo, such and such is going in on you,
right? Because I saw that argument with you and my friend on Facebook, but you were speaking facts, so I'm just like,
wait, who? You don't gotta say their name on air, but what was the argument about?
About the whole shit. I want to say it was Tory Lanez and Megan, but I feel like it was something else in men and women, gender roles type shit. Like, why the 50-50 thing. Yeah. That had you in like 200 comments that I read.
Let's just attest that on that post.
It was 200 comments on that post?
It was almost 200.
Oh my God. I didn't even know.
But you was
people was going in.
Home, though, that other ignorant talking about all men cheat. That's when I had to intervene. Like,
girl, I intervened to find out that half the people on that post dead blocked me.
You just saw mad numbers, but only like 5 comments.
So actually, let's talk about dudes. Like, we're gonna get a little personal. Cause like we see on this show, I likes to get in people's business. So, speaking of men.
Yes, now, speaking of men, let's talk about it. Ooh.
There was a little situation that happened that I'm privy to because I actually was involved in it as well, but I wasn't as brave as you. So we talked about this off camera, so I'm gonna actually let you talk about it yourself because it's actually your own story.
Okay. So boom. I was dating a guy again, not a relationship, just dating because he did the whole I'm not ready for like 5 months. So we had a big fallout on Facebook. It was over I posted a status about something and he just couldn't wait to tell the whole world that we had sex under the status. He was like, oh, but when I was fucking you, So, of course, I dragged him, started going off. My friends jumped in because that's gang shit. The very next day, Facebook had that group chat with the girls exposing niggas and then the niggas exposing girls.
I call it expose gate because 2016 was a crazy year for Facebook.
That was 2018.
It was 2018. So I always get 2018, 2016.
Matter of fact, I'm lying. It was 2019. It was last year.
They kept bringing it back.
Bro, this happened last year
because I was with the one who I wrote hit on you about when that happened and he did absolutely nothing. But in the girl version, somebody posted his picture like, who talked to him, who nigga is this? So I made a comment and I was like, don't even waste your time, he's bad news. That's all I said. Probably 30 minutes after making that exact comment, I'm getting friend requests. So I'm like, okay, I'm a singer, whatever. It's probably regular. But then it started every second, every 2 minutes, like just coming from just mad niggas. So I'm like,
that's how you know somebody's fucking dirty.
So I swear I had this feeling like, I hope I ain't just get exposed. 3 minutes later, a good friend of mine, she sent me my picture like, is this you in this boy chat? And then I saw it. And I'm like, oh shit, I got a phone. So that makes sense. So then mad people I knew started sending me the same picture like, oh my god, just want to let you know you're in the chat, is this you? Some dummy girl gonna put my nudes in the girl version of the chat, so now all the other girls is like, oh my god, that's Chee.
Yo, bitches be pickies.
I inboxed the girl too. I was like, take that out.
Bitches know what they be doing
and be sneaky.
Like that's even like I had the, cause remember when they had the I think it's the same chat, the Foncha nigga chat. I had to. They kicked me out of that shit because I had to go, bro. I had to go in on some bitch, bro. Feel me? And she know who she is. We. I'm not gonna say we're cool now. Yeah, I'm not gonna say we're cool now, but we're cordial. She basically, some girl was saying how her nigga was DL, but not to put it out there. Like I'm telling y'all, so y'all don't fuck with him, but don't put it out there because my best friend is gay, so I know how that shit go. Some fucking idiot post this shit on Facebook, and then her whole thing is, oh, that's my friend, so I was just trying to let him know. So you write him privately.
Yeah, that's
why you putting it on Facebook? I'm like, no. I'm like, y'all bitches love to put shit in the guise of women empowerment when it's really just being messy. That's why every time bitches try to get together and do a little group chat or do a little something, that's why I have my little women empowerment group, and it's only up to 12 women, no more, no less, because it's just like, bitches get in big groups and they get clicky, they get this, they get that. Bitches undercover be jealous.
I can't
low key bitches be having beef,
yo.
You don't even know. But long story short, I had to go in on her because she wasn't the one who got dragged. It was shorty who told us, who really was fucking with the nigga. Mind you, she told us that this nigga was beating her up, how he aggressive, all sorts of shit. So it was much bigger than him being gay. That was just the icing on top. So why you exposing her? So I had to go in like, y'all got this chat so cool to help bitches not talk to dogs, but the second some juice or tea get in here, y'all quick to bring it to the book. Like, what's good with y'all? And a lot of people wasn't feeling that, but a lot of people was, because it was like at the end of the day, like, bro, y'all been doing find your nigga, find your bitch on Facebook since 2015, 2016.
Consecutively.
5 years strong and I'm not bored yet. I got blocked from
and
two
it's the same people. And it be more than one group chat. Like, with the same niggas.
The same. That's what I'm saying. It's the same niggas. Like, how are the same bitches and niggas exposing the same bitches and niggas for 5 years in a row?
T, somebody else got caught up in that chat recently because she tried to post somebody's fiance, not knowing that, one, she said boyfriend, not realizing that, one, they were engaged, and two, that the girl was in the page. And then the fiance calmly said, bitch, I don't even know you.
Pretty much.
You know.
It be like that though.
So
people be weird.
Back to because now I had a flashback. You took steps that a lot of people don't take in these situations. That actually steps that I wish I had took, because I'm about to get very personal with y'all on here. At the age of 14, someone posted sexually explicit photos of myself, and to this day, people still don't know it's me. But long story short, all the people involved were well over 18 and really should have got charges pressed on them for not only child pornography but sexual harassment and everything else. Because regardless to what I did, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a goody two shoe. And at the time when I was between the ages of 14 and 16, I was beefing with bitches that was old enough to be my mother.
Weren't we all?
But
yo, what?
At the end of the day, now that I'm 20 years old and I really can put
20.
myself, I am.
You're just 20?
Yeah.
I'm thinking she's 23, 24. I could take you to the spots. Yo, what?
First of all,
oh
I'm
my
older.
God. Me too. That's what I'm like.
But yes. But now that I'm 20 years old and I could put myself in the position of those women, I would never expose a 14-year-old, even if she was talking as spicy as I took. Because listen, y'all think I'll be talking my shit now? Honey,
listen, everybody
all had that fit, yo. 14 me?
Oh, me was
mixy.
Yo, and the thing was, I was always cute. Like, I always was that girl. So, like, straight up, bitches never liked me from the day I was born. And that's not even cap. I'm not going to say no names, but I have aunts in my family that was hating on me from the day I was born. So, but you took steps that actually were important, and I want to highlight that. You actually went to the authorities. So could you actually tell us about that process and what happened?
Honestly, like, when I first was thinking about it, I was just going to cry. Like, I was just going to cry it out and let hopefully people forget. But one of my friends was like, nah, you gotta, like, handle that the correct way. Don't try to get even. Don't try to get niggas to kill them. Like, handle that, like, legally. So, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt like a snitch. Right? Because you know how that shit look like. You going to the cops.
You don't want to look like
that. Episode about black people in the snitching code, because it really do us more damage than good.
It does. It really does. But I'm just like, you know what? Long term, that's not okay. And most likely, I feel like if you could do it to me, you could do it to anybody. But 100%. The thing that I guess got him off, because when I first went to the precinct, they was very, oh my gosh, phone. They was very like not, yeah, they wasn't trying to accommodate or anything. They was just like, oh, another sex harassment case. Like, okay, cool. So the first thing one of the ladies asked me was, well, did you send it to him? Yes, that's how he got it. So then she followed it up by oh, well, if you sent it, you gave him consent, so that's out of our hands. And I'm like, no, I've did my research. I know there's new sexting laws that they just passed.
You can consent to send it. You didn't consent for him to
publish it. So I could technically press charges, and he can possibly get locked up too. He could lose his job because he was working for the department at the time. So I went forward with the proceeding. This was what bust my head, because one, I went to another room holding cell. They questioned me. I showed them as much as evidence as I could. One of the cops was just on some like, well, you kind of knew what you were getting yourself into once you sent the pictures and blah 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 blah. And
shame sexual
like I really felt like I came there just to get bashed, and then they called him to tell him to come in, right? Because they was gonna question him and lock him up. That was before I mentioned, oh yeah, he works for traffic, you know. So I'm waiting for the guy who's ahead of the case to call me with info about what's going to happen next. I had to keep calling them to get some type of response. So when I finally did, they was like, oh, the higher ups is going to reach out to you. It took 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
So when she finally called, she was like, yeah, we're going to interview him and stuff like that. But I'm just letting you know now, if we don't get a blatant confession, we're going to have to drop the charges. So I'm like, you know he's not going to flat out say he did it, because that's putting his job at risk.
Patriarchy.
And it's not even just for sexual assault. It's the same thing for abuse victims. Just personally, they will literally drag you.
And I'm just like, well, what the hell?
This is such an important conversation, and no funny shit. Like, we definitely gonna have to invite you back to talk about this. But unfortunately, we're running out of time. And I want to give you a chance to let the people know where they could find you, where they could stream your music.
Let them know where they can
also, where they could watch your music videos.
On YouTube.
You coming with the visuals, hunty.
You know, all visuals is directed by me, not shot.
We love a woman that does
But, yeah, every concept, every outfit, or me. You could find me on Instagram at _ right? It's _ CHEECHE the singer. My Twitter is Chee Lovato, CHEECHE Lovato, like Demi Lovato, because that's my bitch. And I'm not giving out my Facebook.
I just seen her in Prison Break. I love Demi Lovato, but as an actress, we love her for different reasons.
You know,
but she's still that bitch.
She is. YouTube Chee Lovato. I got 2 different pages, but it's all gonna come up on one. So like, check that out. EP dropping next month, you know, for the end of the year. Content.
Wait on it.
So you do know you have to come back and give me an exclusive.
Definitely
right?
will come back.
Okay. So you got anything else to plug in? Everything we good? Tune into my song vibes, my music video vibes on YouTube, out on all streaming platforms. That shit is fire. Also Toxic.
That's one of my favorite songs. It's about me being toxic, so y'all should listen to it.
I actually love Toxic because it is toxic, but it's good.
It is.
All right, as always, y'all already know I'm your host, Rebecca Shelby. This is the Burnout Podcast, only recorded up here at S.STREET Media. And like I told you guys the last episode, continue to support S.STREET Media and platforms this because this is real life black owned. Everything in this room is from a black man. So let's put that out there.
Black businesses.
As always, I'm Rebecca Shelby. I'm your host. We came here to do what? Let's talk about it. So, you know, now I am out.